Alrighty, I was on the YouTubes and I found this video from the CBC. Israel-Hamas ceasefire strained after attacks. I guess it's for the best they turn the comments off, but I'll throw in the video and take it from there.
Once again in Gaza, ambulances, injured patients, and body bags.
This might be an unpopular opinion, but that guy wailing there doesn't seem very sincere. Looks to me like he's looking at the camera and then he starts wailing. Just seems strange.
Israel unleashing a wave of airstrikes across the territory, killing more Palestinians, among them the brother of Salih Salman. We were sitting in a cafe drinking tea and coffee, he says, and suddenly we heard the news. They were hit and bombed, and everyone was killed. Military strikes just one part of Israel's action. Israel's government announced as well it's suspending shipments of humanitarian aid into Gaza, though they could reportedly resume Monday. All of this, Israel says, in retaliation for Hamas opening fire on Israeli soldiers.
Terrorists fired an anti-tank missile and gunfire towards our troops operating in the area of Rafah to dismantle terrorist infrastructure, all in accordance with the ceasefire agreement.
My understanding of the Gaza Strip, there's not just Hamas in there, there's other, factions that are vying for power. I think there's even, family rivalries and such. So, it could have just been one small faction attacking the Israelis so that the Israelis would go after Hamas. That's always a possibility. Or maybe I should say, blame Hamas.
Now, in response, the IDF began striking in the area to eliminate the threat.
Hamas has tried to distance itself from the Rafah incident and says it remains committed to the ceasefire, but the Israeli strikes are the latest blow to a deal that's barely a week old. Israel had already accused Hamas of violating the agreement by failing to turn over the remains of all Israel's deceased hostages. Hamas has accused Israel of breaching the deal by continuing to fire on Palestinians it says have approached Israeli positions. With strikes on Rafah in the south, Deir el-Balah in central Gaza and elsewhere, there's fear of what might come next.
Now we have no idea what is going to happen. Since this morning, we know that there's been attacks in Rafah in the south, and then when we heard about Deir el-Balah, now we can all only imagine the worst.
So I'm guessing she's a Canadian volunteer doctor or something. That being said, I get a very strong Karen vibe from her. I just had to say it.
Israel's defense minister has issued a warning to Hamas that it will pay a heavy price for any violations. Israel's military now says it's resumed enforcing the Gaza ceasefire, signaling a possible end to airstrikes for now.
Israel says Hamas will pay a heavy price. What if it's not Hamas? What if it's that Palestinian Islamic Jihad, PIJ? It is, after all, the second largest military faction, with its military wing, the Al-Quds Brigades, estimated to have around 8,000 fighters. The group has a long-standing rivalry with, guess who, Hamas, having broken ties in 2013 after a fatal clash. How sad would it be if Israel defeated Hamas, only for this PIJ to take its place? Just thought I'd say that. That's how my understanding of the Middle East goes. You get rid of one tyrannical regime or terry regime, and another one takes its place. Well, anywho, take care out there in Clown World.